Yo, yo, yo. Y'all already know you made the right choice when you hear the voice. It is your boy Frank Nitty in the building with another episode of the Texans on 3 podcast show, man. Y'all know it's about to go down. Game week. Through with the bye. Man, Seattle must die. Now, it's about to go down, man. Y'all already know it's game week. It's a Friday, so y'all know we turned up about the game. We're going to talk about some key points in the game. You know what I'm saying? Some score predictions. What we expect the team to come out firing on all cylinders, or do we feel like they'll be flat after this bye week? Who do we feel like is going to be one of the best players this weekend to do their thing, man? But before we can get into all of that, man, y'all know I got to bring my guys in the building, man. Y'all know what it is. Man, I got my guy, Patton, man. Patton, man, the streets, man, a.k.a. the future Texas Scout, a.k.a. Definitely activated in the building, man. Y'all already know what's going down. Hey, man, y'all know we got that boy, Killer Cal, in the building, man, and it's going down, man. Let's do some good things. Good old applause.
What's happening?
And I would like to applaud y'all, man. Right now we got one person in the building, and I appreciate you, man. That person is coming in from YouTube. Big shout out to you, man. Big shout out to Larry Payne, man. Already in the bull ring, making it do what it do. So hey, man, I'm excited. Looking forward to the game, and it's about to go down, man. Turn this music down a little bit. Yeah, what's happening, Space Age, man? Hey, appreciate you, my guy, to tune in. And hold on, let me get everything ready, man, so I can bring my guys in. Turn that down a little bit, man. And Texas on 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes, sir. Yeah. Y'all know what time it is, man. Let's get this thing on and going, man. On and popping. Good to see y'all boys, man, this afternoon. We got a game, y'all, this weekend. Really not this weekend, actually, Monday, but y'all get what I'm saying. We got some well, this will be our second Monday night game of this year. First one, I don't think we did too good. Did we didn't win that game, did we, that Monday night? I don't even remember. It's crazy. It's like we 2-3, and I remember. I know we won the last game. No, the last two games, right?
We had a primetime game. Our first home game was Sunday night, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was Sunday night. Yeah.
We didn't have a Monday night this year yet?
No, we ain't going to get no 2 Monday nights in 5 weeks. Sunday. It wasn't Thursday, so it had to be Sunday.
Oh, okay. Okay. Man, y'all, okay, I'm tripping, y'all. I promise y'all. Can y'all start off and see on how y'all feel about the show gonna go this weekend? I'm gonna look at the schedule of the games that we've had so far. I'm sorry, y'all.
It was a Sunday night, I'm telling you. That was the first home game.
And who was that against?
I want to say whoever was with the ass. But
it was.
Oh, actually, it was Monday night.
No, it was.
See, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, brothers, man.
Wasn't it the Rams?
Make me think that I'm losing my mind, bro.
Oh, it was Monday night.
Okay. Golly. Then you see why I had to check and look it up, because I'm like, I started to sit back and just fall back, but I'm like, hold on, I know I've been drinking this beer, but come on, I know we had a Monday night.
You're right. It was Monday. The home opener was Monday night against the Bucks.
Okay, there we go. There we go, y'all, man. Hey, Larry, man, you see what I'm talking about? Now, Larry, and shout out Larry Payton again, and what's the name? But yeah, man, I knew that this was I thought I was tripping, but anyway, back to the lecture at hand. We have a game Monday. We're going against the Seattle Seahawks, y'all. Larry had did any one of y'all have Larry's breakdown on hand, just so we can use that a little bit during the show? The email.
I can pull it up. I don't have it on hand right now.
Hey, man, shout out that boy Jalen Matt too, man. Appreciate you tuning in. But yeah, man, I'm excited about the game. There's a lot of key points. I've been hearing a lot of stuff in the media. Shout out Houston Stressing's Texans commenter on X. That show that he did with the guy from Seattle was a pretty good show. I like the format and the premise of how they did it, that it really wasn't a jeering and going back and forth with each other with mindless, not knowing football talk or jargon or whatever. It was basically two guys who know ball, pause, who were able to complement each other's team. That's what I liked about it. It's like the guy from Seattle, he was talking about the good things that he's seen in the Texans and vice versa. And I just think that was a good show. But with all that being said, it's still a game. We're 2-2. I mean 2-3. We're looking to come out of there with a record of 3-3. That's what I'm looking for. I think we can do it. I just think that we have to. I think we got to beat Sam up, y'all. I don't think that we're gonna be able to just allow him to beat us like the Jags did. I think you're gonna have to. We're gonna have to use everything that our defense has in its power to take care of Donald, especially with the front seven. What do y'all think about that?
It's going to be very, very tempting for us not to get our hands on him, simply because he's one of the few players in the league that has our number. So I know going into this game that has to be very, very motivating for this defense. However, I'm not worried about Sam Darnold this go around. I feel like this defense, when he faced prior to, he was in a very, very quarterback-friendly offense, and it was caught us slipping. We are at a point now where you can't catch us slipping no more. We hungry. We at the bottom. We climbing our way to the top right now. If I'm Sam Darnold, I'm scared to go against this defense come Monday night. It's going to be very, very scary for him.
Yep, I think we're going to beat him up. I think it's going to be one of them beat him up games. 7. I think what happened to what they did to Jacksonville, we're going to reverse that back on them. They sacked Trevor Lawrence 7 times.
Yeah,
I thought it was like 9.
7.
It was a crazy number. It was a crazy number.
It felt like it. What do you feel about that? How you feel about that though, Killer? The fact that they were able to do that, does that kind of give you a little bit of a fear when it comes to our O-line?
Oh no, man! I shout out to Ruben, 713 Sports. He was kind of like concerned about the line, and I was like, from what we've seen with the line this year, this iteration of the line that's being put out there, especially the last 2 weeks, but just the entire year, you seeing solid play from and you got to give it up to Patton. He called Ursery day one starter. I was saying like they'll work him into the rotation, but that proved to be wrong, and he was right on that. Titus has always been a pretty good right tackle. You're getting good guard play. Juice is a pretty good run blocker. He needs to clean up a lot of stuff on his pass pro. Andrews, he's manning down the center, and Ingram. It's like, let the truth be told, man. Ed Ingram is earning the contract, whether it's going to be here or somewhere else. So that line is pretty very decent. Get Dalton Schultz early targets, and he show you that he'll be a willing blocker.
Hold on, real quick, because we gotta. I guess this will be one of my first times to use our swarm button. I gotta give props, and I know y'all seen this, right? Did y'all see that video? There's a video that's online that shows, that's I think it's named Saturday. I think Saturday is somewhere in the name, but shout out him. And my bad, I can't figure out the whole name of your channel, but this is like the second video he's done of Woody Marks. He did a Woody Marks video for the last game that we did.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I gotta say it, y'all. I gotta say it. I cannot believe it was not one time. It was not 2 times. It was more than 3 times. Dalton Schultz. Hold on. I got to make sure I hit my celebration button for this one right here. Dalton Schultz, y'all, was blocking. I'm talking about pancakes. I'm talking about taking dudes all the way down to the ground on their back. I could not believe it. I said, what? Even the dude who was doing the video was like, what in the hell has gotten into Dalton Schultz? Like, did y'all notice that? If you had, if
the
you
point
had,
that
I know how we feel about Dalton. Please, Killer, Patton, go watch that video. It's a video. It's gonna be just look up Woody Marks highlights Texans, and I'm pretty sure it'll probably pop up. It's gonna show the last game. When I tell you, Dalton Schultz looked like a man with his hair on fire. I don't know what got him up for that game, but bro was literally not only blocking, I'm talking about taking dudes to the ground on their back and run plays. I'm talking about, I couldn't believe it, bro. I could not wait to tell y'all that. I said, man, Dalton Schultz blocking? I'm talking about on multiple. You know, when I first saw the first one, I say, yeah, every dog has his one play. But no, it seemed like that day, he just was that day. He came out determined, like, look, y'all, I'm blocking. So look for Dalton Schultz, y'all. And big shout out to Dalton Schultz, too, man. You look like the tight end that we thought that you should be. I'm talking about, I can't believe it. Just go watch it.
No, I was just explaining to you the last 2 weeks, CJ got Dalton involved early. And he got a couple of pass receptions, like I want to say, like at halftime, he like 4 and 5 catches. When you get him involved early, he is a fully participant of the game.
He will block you. So you're saying basically, if you get his catches going, he's a willing blocker.
It's there. Like, I mean, it's obvious. I've watched him for the last 2 weeks, and it's obvious when you don't go to him. And sadly, when you don't go to him early to get him what he wants, then he's not going to give you what we need. If that makes sense,
Yeah,
I'm gonna run that back. If you don't give him what he wants, then he's not going to give you what we need. We need you to be able to block, just like you see Hutchinson at wide receiver making key blocks, holding block. Like, he is very pivotal in the run game, Hutchinson. And then what happens? They feed it, and it seemed like every time he touched the ball, it's a first down. So wide receivers, guys that get the ball in the passing game, these guys want to be fed early to make it seem that, hey, I'm a part of this offense. And for some reason, it gets a pep in their step. So, you know, shout out to Dalton, man. Like, hope this is a carryover effect.
Me too, man, because the way that dude was playing, it was ridiculous. Patton, you would have shed a tear, man. You'd have been like, what? Like, I couldn't believe it.
I've seen the video. I watched the game. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but so what? Your ass still going at the end of the season.
Yeah, but put it like this: what would you rather have, him blocking or not blocking?
I mean, you get paid a lot of money to do what you should have been doing a long time ago. So I mean, it's appreciated. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know who I'm waiting on. Right? Come on, now. Man. The goat is he's in the oven heating up. Like, it's only a matter of time.
That boy got a long time before he see the field.
I know.
I'm not lying.
That's the crazy because
barring injury, like, he may concede.
With the injuries happen, and shout out to Sarge, man. Sarge told me he's having not a tough time, but having a time picking up the playbook and learning what to do. Like, he's how can I say, a real football player. He's not a guy you go, hey, learn this play, learn that play. Nah, I'm gonna go hit somebody. I'm gonna run. What route I'm running? He's one of those guys. Hey, run this route. Hey, watch that guy. Hey, block that guy. He's one of those guys. But don't worry. In time, he will shine.
In due time.
But as far as Dalton Schultz go, like, if he was so good, there wouldn't be rumblings of trying to trade for another tight end if he was so good. I've seen so many scenarios of people.
Let me cut you off. I disagree because you got your number 2 tight end got a broken foot. So he's coming off an injury, and you don't have a number 3 tight end.
No, you don't.
So
You
it
got
makes sense to get another guy that can, like, if we were talking about Njoku.
mhm.
Njoku is a hell of a blocker, faster than Dalton, and
Dude,
so
he's tight end 1 on this team.
yeah, I mean, I don't care if
Instantly.
he's tight end 1, tight end 2, but if I got 2 receiving tight ends in this offense with 4 and 5 wide receivers, it
Mhm.
unlocks Caley offense on what he's trying to accomplish.
Mhm.
So when Stover went down, it changed the whole dynamics of what we want to do with 2 tights. Because Stover is more of a willing, like he comes from being a linebacker. He's a tight end. Like he's a lunch pail guy, like blue collar. He got a broken foot. So that's gonna set him back because this is just his sophomore year. So I mean, I'm looking to upgrade at their position. And like I said, like if Dalton may revert back to being the Dalton that we've been having for the last couple of years. But having it in Joku, I mean, I would love to work him, and I think he's in the last year of his contract. So like you still have to find ways to make your team better. It's almost like with Brees Hall. You know, the running back room over here, like we kind of like, okay, we got 1-2 punch. But I wouldn't mind adding the Brees Hall. Like I want to do everything to make this team 100% solid. So
Look, but let me ask you this though, Killer, because I thought about that too. Adding Brees Hall. Does adding Brees Hall automatically make him RB1?
Oh,
he'll be RB2.
Okay, and who would be 1?
it wouldn't be 2 either.
Yeah, it's Chubb. Yeah, I mean, bro,
I mean, let's be honest though. And
look,
this is
look,
something else
Woody have not had enough carries to log in a full game as a running back for like one game. Like I think Woody Marks probably have less than 20, 25 carries. Like I like Woody Marks, but like, Brees Hall has been like he's in his fourth year, fifth year.
Mm-hmm.
no
He is fourth year. He's better than Woody Marks. I like Woody Marks.
He's better than Woody Marks, and he's better than Nick Chubb right now, y'all. Come
But
on,
like I said, yeah, no. Let's be clear. Nick Chubb is a 5 yard a carry guy.
he
Y'all,
is.
let,
But right
y'all let me
now,
know when I can have the
I'm talking
flow.
about all the
Hey,
way
you can have the flow. You can have the flow right now.
all the way around. I'm trying to tell y'all, Brees Hall. This is the reason why I'm saying about. I don't think he should be brought in here because he will shake up the dynamic of what you got going on. Because if you bring in Brees, that he gotta be fucking RB1, bro. He'll be the best running back on the team if you bring him on here, bro. So
But if he's the best running back and you bring him on, that's fine. I don't look. I just want to be able to run the ball so CJ can have more time throwing to the 4 wide receivers that he need to. So whoever moves the chains behind this offensive line, I don't care who it is. I really don't care. If it's Brees Hall that we bring in, like cool. Like if they try him out there, he learned the playbook in 2-3 weeks and say, hey man, we finna give you the rock. And hey, Chubb gonna be
I gotta use my Sagittarius powers on here, which means I gotta dig in a little deeper to your conversation on what you're saying. What do you mean? And I'm gonna bring this up to Patton too. To Patton too. When y'all say that there are certain elements of this team that it doesn't matter, or hey, it doesn't matter who's back there, or it doesn't matter if Dalton Schultz is blocking or not. That to me is total, like that's asinine. That's when talking football, when talking ball. How is it that you don't care about something? I care about every position, everybody who's putting on the jersey, because this is what's gonna. Because the football is a game of inches, so it is a game of want to. We may lose a game on somebody's effort, just how somebody may have felt that day, something that they didn't want to do or didn't feel like doing. I need a motherfucker that's willing to do everything that they need to do to make this team win. Now y'all been watching football long enough to know that there is a pecking order to things. That's the reason why we have a depth chart. That's the reason why you have players falling behind other players on depth charts. There's a reason why this player will start and this player will follow behind this player and this player will follow behind that player. it makes no sense for y'all to say that things don't matter that are critical to us winning a fucking football game. Like Dalton Schultz blocking or not blocking, that shit's fucking crucial.
Oh, I didn't say that. That was Pat. Put that on Pat.
Look, who's running that football? That shit is crucial, bro. You
No,
can't say back there, it doesn't matter.
no. Let me articulate my point, and I'm gonna pass it on to Pat so he can have the floor.
Okay.
When I say it doesn't matter, Brees Hall is a good running back. He's a running back one. He's playing for a contract. Nick Chubb is playing for his career. So both of them are going to come in hungry. Mm-hmm. So when I say it doesn't matter, Nick Chubb for his career averaged 5 yards a carry. Mm-hmm. So if you want to take Nick Chubb out and put in Brees Hall, which you think is the better back, when I say I don't care, I just need somebody on first down to get me 4 to 5 yards. So I need it to be 2nd and 5, whether it's Chubb, whether it's Brees Hall, and we can work in Woody Marks or whatever you want to do. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Just get the job done. And I think both of those guys are viable because I think Brees Hall is a guy that you can work in. I think Nick Chubb, like I told you before, I think Nick Chubb is a guy that has to get the rhythm of the game. And as the game starts to build, he gets better. Like he hit 3 yards, 4 yards, 7 yards, 20 yards.
Would you say he's close to like what we see Jonathan Taylor is?
Brees Hall?
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor is like
he builds up during the game. It seems like as the game goes on, he gets more powerful. You can see it. It's almost and maybe it's because everybody else is getting tired and he's just maintaining. But it seems like everybody else just starts to be moving in slow motion and like Jonathan, like put it like this. Remember that game that we beat the Colts when we had to beat them and they had the guy with the beard. What's his name? Minshew. When they had Minshew, you remember that game? Like Jonathan Taylor was actually injured that game. But do you remember how as that game went on, he just actually seemed like somebody was giving dudes some adrenaline shots over there. Like he just got it and being injured. It just seemed like on that last drive, bro, like if he would have had to go to the sideline, bro, they probably would have rolled him all the way to the end zone. But what I'm trying to say in so many ways is that I agree with what you're saying, Killer. It seems like he's that type of back that gets stronger as the game go. You know who was like that when they were young and they were in Cleveland? Nick Chubb. He was exactly that type of back. When you go and look at the games and when Nick Chubb played us as a Cleveland Brown, that's what it seemed like. Seemed like even in the fourth quarter when he broke that touchdown on us to just end the game, it was like everybody was tired, but he just had this steel about him. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with what you're saying, though.
I don't want to get before beyond the point, but I know Patton was like
it's on him. Shout out
ready. Yeah, Patton, go for it, bro.
Big AD in the building.
What up, AD? He got the mechanic cigarette in his mouth now.
Yes, sir.
Yes. What we needed Dalton Schultz the most in that playoff game against the Ravens. Where was he?
No, that's what he was. That's what he was doing
since that game. Okay. Since that game, y'all have. Shout out to Chris Raw, RIP. Love you, brother. Y'all have put up with this mediocrity from Dalton Schultz. The one time he finally pisses in the toilet and don't piss on the seat. Y'all throwing a gold jacket on him, marching him down the canyon. Like, come on, man. If you listen to the fans in Dallas when we got him, they was glad he was gone. That should let you know right there. All right? But, hey, I appreciate you finally doing what you're supposed to do as a football player. Anyways, if you trade from the Njoku, you got to pay him. Do you have the money right now? No, you don't. If you trade for Bryce Hall, This is his last year on his rookie contract. Do you pay him? Do you have the money to pay him? I wouldn't pay him, and I don't have the money to pay him. You got two cornerstones of your team that's going to get paid next year. That's going to shake up the cap room, the cap space tremendously. The talk about Brees Hall, it's the reason why he's fallen out of favor in New York. While y'all was going back and forth, I just put up the stats. He's more of a receiving back than he is an actual running back. He fumbles the ball a lot. It's the reason why this guy's falling out of favor. If he comes here, he is not RB1, he's not RB2, he's RB3 at best. He takes Agumawale and Pierce spot. Neither one of those guys are playing anyway.
Okay.
You don't stop what you got going with Woody. You don't stop what you got going with Chubb. All right. I was telling you guys when I went to the game, what game I went to? I forgot the last game I went to.
That was the Titans, right?
Yeah, the Titans game. We won. Mm-hmm. I'm watching Chubb. He was pumping hard. He was pumping, trying to get to the outside. But as what you guys are both saying, I agree with. He's a guy that needs the ball. He needs the carries throughout the game to get stronger. He doesn't have that cut to the outside, one cut and gone. If he cuts to the outside, he pumping them knees 4 or 5 times, then going. It takes some time to get going. You mix it up with Woody. Woody's a guy that he's going to catch the ball in the backfield 1,000% each time. He's also a guy that you can depend on in pass protection. Hell, I'll go on a limb and say Woody's the best. Yeah, Larry. He's still pumping. Right now, he's still pumping. I hear him out there doing an air brake test right now. But anyway.
They say on my ears deceiving me?
No, they're not. But listen up. It's intriguing that people want to bring in Brees Hall because now it's putting more questions on Mixon. And I told you guys early on, Mixon's not coming back. His injury is more serious than the Texans have let off to be. It's more so the season's out of this question. It's more so career threatening. So at some point, yeah, you're gonna have to go find another running back. You're just gonna have to because
hey, Peyton, while we got you on this, while we got you on the subject,
hold your thought, motherfucker. Hold your thought. God damn, write the shit down. Text it to me. Shit. Anyway, now look here. As I was saying, you're gonna have to find another running back at some point. It ain't guaranteed that Chubb gonna come back. And if you do bring Chubb back on another deal, whether 1 year or 2 year deal, he's going into that age where most running backs don't be successful. Period. You only got a handful, and that handful is Barkley and Derrick Henry. You see what's going on with Derrick Henry right now. You see what's going on with Barkley right now. They had great last years. You've seen what's going on with McCaffrey. He's even out on the field right now. I mean, he is, but he ain't. If you get what I'm saying. So, bottom line, this is what I'm telling you guys. Back to you, Nitty. Dalton Schultz had a good game. Let's see, can he keep it going? Do you trade for Brees Hall? And if you do trade for Brees Hall, is he a running back 1, 2? No, he's running back 3. He has to learn the offense. Can he come in and pinch and catch the ball to give Woody a breather or give Chubb a breather? Of course. I would trust him more than I would trust Pierce and definitely Agumawale. But hell, why even bring in Brees Hall when you got Cal guy, British Brooks? Even though you use him at fullback, but he's more a running back he's a better running back if given opportunities than Brees Hall. I land my plane.
I'm looking at Brees Hall numbers right now, and I think yards per carry, he's averaging more than Chubb and Marks.
Yeah.
4.7 behind that line in New York.
Ain't bad.
Yeah. So, like, I mean,
fumbles. Scroll to the far and look at them fumbles.
How many? I don't see the fumbles. How many times he fumbled this year?
Over. Last year, he had 5 of the motherfuckers. He had 5 just last year.
He got 0. Fumbles. No, he got 1. He had 6 last year.
6.
He had 6.
Come on,
yeah, he had 6.
Okay, a nice segue. I was trying to do when you was on the running backs, Patton, I was just trying to turn off to another person that was associated with us as far as the trade rumors and people thinking that we should go after, and the other one was Alvin Kamara.
No.
The question that I would ask is
no.
And I answer it first. If Alvin Kamara was to come here, would he be RB1? And
You want some of this old man? No.
I'm gonna say,
No.
if you bring in either one of those guys, right? The thing that does not that I still stick to what I was saying earlier was the fact that those guys seem like they would throw off the chemistry
I agree.
of what we got going on. Like we have a chemistry going on. And I mean, and if we change that, like you bring in Alvin Kamara, you pretty much have to put him before Woody Marks. I mean, and you lose your job by not doing shit like that. I mean, if you've been watching football long enough, you know that there are certain players and certain people that don't get brought into organizations because they will literally shake up what's going on. You can't leave those guys on the bench. You can't justify bringing in Alvin Kamara and being like, yeah, we'll make you RB3. That wouldn't even make sense. It's
don't
like
do that trade, bro.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is why you
Kamara's never
don't
had
do it.
1,000-yard rushing season.
Yeah, you don't do it because it throws off
the
chemistry of what you're doing, because you would have to put this guy on the field if you trade
have Jawar Johnson on your practice squad. Bring him up. If it's that crucial.
Jawar Jordan ain't better than Alvin Kamara, though.
But what he's going to provide to you, what he's going to give you. You have the same guy on what I always call there. A great value.
Hey, there we go, Larry Payton. That's what I'm trying to say, man. You bring that dude over here, he literally shakes up your whole team. You got to start him. You can't put him on the bench.
Since you here, what do you trade for him now? What do you give up?
Right now for Alvin Kamara, bro, I guarantee you right now, mark my fucking words, that if he gets traded this offseason, watch it be for something like a fourth rounder.
It ain't gonna be a fourth. He's 30 years old. It's gonna be a fit.
Yeah, mark my words, it won't be nothing.
It's gonna be a fit.
Get a four for him though. You probably could. Somebody would be willing.
You don't trade for a running back at all unless you're trading for. I wouldn't even trade for him because he has an injury, a very, very extensive injury history. And I doubt they let him
traded for Joe Mixon.
I mean, yeah, we traded for Joe Mixon, but Joe Mixon was still. How old was Joe Mixon when we got him? 27?
28, maybe 27, 28. Yeah,
27 turning 28. So, I mean, he's 29 now, but the injuries Joe Mixon had, then you got Joe Mixon for a 7th.
Yeah, 7th-round pick.
Right. That's why Alvin won't go for a 4th. That's what I'm telling you. It'll be, I agree, it'll be like a 6th or a 7th.
But see, you don't trade for him, period. You just did that, like, why?
No, you don't. We don't need to. But the only reason why I brought this up, I'm not saying we should. I'm saying on what we've been seeing out in the media. People have been associating the Texans with trading for a running back, and they've been saying it could be Breece Hall or it could be Alvin Kamara. There's just names that they've been throwing in there. Now, this is what I'm speaking on. This is not no way of me saying that or suggesting that we do. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I'm saying that we should keep what we got so we don't throw off the chemistry, because if you bring those guys in, it changes up what we're doing, because as a coach and as a coaching staff, you have to put your best foot forward. And if you bring Breece Hall in here, Breece Hall instantly becomes your running back too. I'm telling y'all, he does that. And I hate that for Woody Marks, but it's just it's what it is. What it is. You know what I'm saying? You have to allow Breece to fuck up. Like it's like that's what they have to allow as a coach. See, I know what it's like. I've never been a coach of an NFL team, but I've watched it long enough to see how these guys get hired and fired, and it's because of it's because of motherfuckers making like. Hey, I know this decision is a little different and it's unorthodox, but hell, fuck it, I'm gonna make it. And if they make that decision and that shit don't work, they out the door. Sometimes you have to go with the pecking order of how things are. Like, okay, Breece Hall just seems like that type of player that would be your RB1 or RB2.
Breece Hall and Alvin Kamara is still a guy that you give them a slither of a lane and they can break it for 60, 70 yards. Nick Chubb ain't doing it. I don't know if Woody Marks got the speed to even do it, but I'm not saying he can, I can't. But they have speed that you have to respect. And so, any way that I can upgrade any position on the team, I am not against it. See, trading a proven player for picks, a pick is an unknown player that we don't even know that's going to succeed anyway. So, when I'm giving up a fifth or a sixth round pick, I mean, we see fifth round picks like that's only like fifth round picks only make, I think, something like 15, 20% of a 53-man roster around the league.
Mhm.
So if I'm giving that up for a guy that can come in and be a contributor to something that we still like need to improve on, like, I mean, I get it. Like, British Brooks is my guy. I want to see him, run a couple of from the tailback position. And I think somebody just mentioned Jawad Jordan. I want to see that also. But we have a running back room that like none of these guys are going to get any type of like, okay, like Woody Marks is going to get rookie considerations as like the all rookie team, maybe first, second, third team, like, and you got to build on that progression. So on that point, I can agree with Patton. And I can agree with you, Nitty. Like, you don't want to mess up the chemistry. Let's continue to grow with it. But
Mhm.
if I got a guy that's a game breaker, guy that's still running a legit 4-4, and he can just like break the game open at any single time if you give him the rock, I'll take it. But
And
then the
who is
flip
that?
side,
Who is
but
that?
you know
Who is
what?
this person you saying?
Well, Alvin Kamara can still run. Like, he still
Hmm.
has speed.
Hmm.
Like, but and my thing is too, Nitty, like before that trade is even made, they're talking to the agent saying, okay, well, the Texans want you, man. Okay, what is the plans for me? Oh, they're gonna bring you over there to be behind the Ricky Woody Marks and no, scrap that. We ain't going there. So it's gonna have to be some confirmation of what kind of playing time. And Alvin Kamara basically said, if you trade me, I'm gonna be drinking pina colada somewhere. He wants to end his career in New Orleans. Now that's talk right now. But he said, if you trade me, try me, because I'm gonna be drinking pina coladas. So the dude have made a boatload of money. He's playing in a city that he loves,
Oh, so
and
he's
he's
not
like,
getting traded.
yeah. Alvin Kamara said, if you trade me, I'm gonna be drinking pina coladas. Meaning, if you trade me, I'm going on vacation. I'm not showing up.
You
So you're
think he,
wasting
you
your
think
time.
he do that? You think he do that even if they trade him somewhere like Kansas City or Philly or something like that? He still do it.
No, no, he gonna show up because
I
he
know
got a
damn
chance for a ring.
well. I know
He got a
damn
chance
well.
for a ring.
You gonna
Yeah.
be like, what did you? What did you do?
I
It's
don't
gonna be.
see it, bro. I don't
He's.
see it.
Oh, you don't. You think different, Pain? You think if they trade him to KC, he's still gonna go drink some
I mean,
pina
first
colada?
of all, KC not going nowhere this year.
What would be the team then that you say that he would get traded? None on the 32 that you would say that if they traded him. What about Philly? I think I said Philly. Um,
That's
Well,
the most logical team that makes sense.
hold on, hold on. Let's. I don't want to get down this rabbit hole.
He's not getting a rock in Philly like that.
Let me. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole.
okay. Let's.
Both the running backs and both of the tackles from the Chargers is hurt. Denver, that quarterback, I do not believe in.
And
And who else over in that division? The Raiders.
mhm. No room over there.
I thought that Kansas City wasn't not going. I thought they were not going to win that division. They 3-3 now.
Oh, they gonna win.
Hey,
It's gonna happen.
Kansas City gonna go place, and then we seen the real Josh Allen because Buffalo don't have weapons, and Baltimore. Like, this is our year. Let's not even look at the Colts. Colts is fool's gold. Jacksonville, they doing their thing. Got a very nice defense. Like, don't get that twisted. We got to take care of our business. This is the next step for us to
I like
make
what
that
Money
step.
Mike's saying right here. He said, you know, elevate from inside. Elevate what if we do anything, we got Jawad. We already got Jawad Jordan. Y'all know that's my guy anyway. We got Brooks, and it's and when it comes to running backs, we know that is a thing by committee. You can have a committee that that just goes ham. You know what I'm saying? It's very
Mm.
the bell cow is very rare in this league right now.
It
You know,
really don't exist no more. Like it's
no, it's not. I mean, even when you look at Jonathan Taylor, you know what I'm saying, he's getting he's probably one of the last bell cows, like true bell cows out there. And you see how he be banged up, like he be banged up out there. But I want to go here right quick, y'all, because we got to go into the game. So I want to ask y'all a question, man. Who will have to shine? I already got my one. As
that's
a
an
matter of
easy
fact,
answer.
I'm gonna go with mine first because I don't want y'all to take mine, and I have
That's
to
the
come up.
easy answer.
I don't want to have to come up with another one, so I'm gonna go with mine first. I'm gonna say, and oh, hold up, I'm gonna use my what's the name for this too. Let's see. I'm gonna say Sting. Sting has to show up for this game. He has to take Jackson Smith and Jigba, whatever the hell his name is, JSN. He has to delete him from the game. He has to. And I know he's been dealing with a slight injury, but hey, he done had 2 weeks to heal this thing up. Plus, we got a Monday night game, so he got an extra day. I believe Stingley is my guy. If Stingley goes out there and he erases JSN, I believe that when Seattle has those 2-man routes and they trying to do play action and they trying to hold all those guys in the block, because you know that's what they're going to do against us. They got to, because we coming like a bat out of hell. I think that Sting has by at least 2 interceptions that game, man. 2 of them. So I'm saying Sting, man. Sting has to show up this game. That's my guy that has to shine in order for us to get this victory.
Who you got, Pat?
Larry say send him the link. I already sent it to you, Larry. Send your email, man. If you check your email. No.
Who you got, Pat?
I got the O line.
Let me know when you downstairs. Well, I'll see you when you pop up anyway, Larry. But you know I sent it to you anyway, Larry. I sent it to you when I sent it.
Elaborate on that point. Elaborate on that point, Pat.
Seattle's defense, as always, has posed problems for offenses. Back then, it was the Legion of Boom. Now their front seven, primarily their linemen, are they doing the most. But that last game, how those guys were able to pressure Trevor Lawrence to get those many sacks. We play Trevor Lawrence twice a year, and we haven't had a game like that against him because he gets the ball off so fast. So this game here is going to be a true test. Seattle does a lot of stunts. We've been good as of late picking up stunts. If the O-line can do what I believe that it can do, show up and show out, then there's no reason that CJ should not have his first 400-yard passing game of the season.
That's 400?
400 yards.
Okay. How many did he throw for in
like three something.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. 3. I don't even think it was 3.
I agree with you on that, Pat. I think he can.
I don't think CJ thrown for 300 yards in a long time.
No, he did. He did last game. I think he did.
He did?
Yeah, against the Ravens when they showed the stats, I do believe that.
Nope. 244.
Damn.
Yeah. Told y'all, man, the last time he threw for 300 yards was against Buffalo last year.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
you know what though? To go to give CJ his props, man, all of these quarterbacks are playing like that this year. You'll see a quarterback have a 4-touchdown game and literally be like 200-something yards. So it's like that's what it seems like the going thing is. And believe me, I know I'll be on the sports bet. There's a lot of quarterbacks, man. They do not hit over 250 yards, and I'm serious. And they win and have multiple touchdowns, and it just be like, damn, it's something up with the league this year. It's not like you're not seeing those 300, 400-yard gains like you see on the regular.
I like. Well, let me answer that question. I was going to go with Sting. That's a great answer because if he stop Jackson Smith, that Negro,
That's what I wanted to call him too.
he gonna travel with him, and they don't have they wide receiver depth is not that great. Uh, Patton answer was going to be my second answer. So yeah, that offensive line, like if people are still scared about the stunts and all that other stuff. Like I'm gonna tell you something, man. That boy Ursery he's ahead of the curve right now.
No,
He, he's he's ahead of the curve, man. In every game that he plays, he's like getting better and better and better. Like he can get considerations for like he should be like probably on the rookie our rookie team. Like
Navy, my
he's
drop.
gonna get some considerations, man.
Hit the draft guard drop, man. God damn.
hold on.
Hit my man.
Draft guard activated.
Yeah, I mean it was called here first. So shout out to Patton once again. I'm going to say I want to say the secondary for the Texans. We got to make Sam Darnold look like who he is, who we know he is. And you get
No, I'm thinking about something. My bad. I should have muted my mic.
you get that when the twins Will and Daniil just go, just go haywire. Put the pressure on him, get the ball out of his hand. When Sting is shutting down Jackson Smith and Jigba,
Mm-hmm.
and you putting pressure on Darnold, and we've been good against the run, um, you might see a couple of you might see a 3 interception type game, which I mean, I think maybe one, maybe two of those interceptions can be returned for touchdowns. Like you're going to see something in this game that is going to wake up the whole national audience because we'll be 3-3. And so now you're going to see a game on display that either is going to be CJ going to have a great shine, either Woody Marks is going to come out and people are going to be like, hey, man, the Texans got a good running back. Look, man, I just watched the game last night, and I'm telling you right now, I'm pissed. I am pissed that Jamar Chase can get 23 targets and 16 catches. And you got people arguing with me, telling me 12 targets for Nico is too much. Like, we got to find a way to, and I know it's a bad word to some people, we got to find a way to force feed Nico. We got to make defenses say, hey, we know that ball is going to Nico. We're going to double him. And CJ is saying, you know what? I don't care what you do. The dude is a 6'5" machine, 6'4", 6'5" machine. And
But can we say this though? Can we say that it was like that CJ first year?
Yeah, first year, yeah. Okay, we're in year 3.
He was feeding
right.
Nico. That's how Nico became like almost had 15. Oh, did he have 1,500 yards?
No, he had 1,297.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 1,297.
He was on pace for it. He was on pace.
Yeah, and he played 15 games.
Mm-hmm.
And he had 1,297 yards, I think, 11 touchdowns. He had 80 targets. I know he had 80 catches for 109 targets.
Tank was got hurt that year, though.
What's that?
Tank was his number one receiver until he got hurt that first year.
Not the year that Nico had 80 catches.
CJ first year.
The year that Nico had 80 catches, Nico had the most targets and the most catches, and he was ahead of Tank when Tank was healthy on the field. Tank was producing. He was a very good number 2, but Nico got 109 targets when you had people like Amon-Ra, you had people like CeeDee Lamb. They was getting Jefferson and Chase. They was getting 180 targets. And Nico had 109 with 1,297 yards and played 15 games. Extrapolate that to 180 targets. that dude probably have 129, 130 catches. He's going to go over 2,000 yards because, like I'm going to say it again, that year, him and the wide receiver from the San Francisco 49ers, can't think of his name right now. Both of those guys was neck and neck at the end of the year with 19, 20 yards per catch. That's what you have to look at, the yards per catch. And I think it kind of dwindled down to 17 and 18 or something like that. But yards per catch and what Nico was doing, you have to give that guy the ball more. When you feed him the ball, everybody else, the other side of the team, they become one-on-ones. So I mean, watching that game last night, it just really upset me that.
Can I ask you a question, Caleb?
Yeah.
When you used to see, like, because we are like, we should be like thorough in knowing about one wide receiver getting 14 15 targets a game, and being a fan of Andre Johnson, watching how the Texans kind of ran their offense, no matter who was the offensive coordinator, everything was going primarily to Andre Johnson all the time. This is how he ended up being one of the biggest wide receivers every year. He was 1,500 yards here.
Right.
I think he did it 2 years back to back, but everything was going to Dre. I noticed that when Dre left, they indoctrinated Hopkins into that same role. All the offense would just be going to Hopkins. This is how Hopkins became one of the top wide receivers in the league, because all the balls are going to him. Pause. Same thing with Nico. We seen this kind of happen with Nico, right? But we see that they are getting away from it. So would you say that is that something like, do we see what teams, right? Because we can even use Minnesota. Minnesota has one of the best wide receivers it is in the game. And they don't even do Jefferson like that no more, if you really look at it. And I know this because I sports bet. But Jefferson doesn't get force-fed the ball over there in Minnesota as he should, because this is how we grew up watching football. You see that you're the number one wide receiver for a reason. You get what I'm saying? Because all the routes are played off of you. And this is something that you know, Patton, because we play Madden. When you see that primary receiver, the reason why that primary receiver, and that they show you on every play in the red who the primary receiver is, because everything else in that play is going to dictate off of what that person doing. Not saying that everybody else is not going to be open, but if your primary receiver is going to run a post route, then you may want to look for the crossing route that's coming over from the right as he clears that area, because maybe his route is going to clear a certain part of the field. You see what I'm saying? So basically what I'm asking you is is that kind of like, is that the old school way, and that we see in the NFL kind of move away from that, and kind of what we saw last night with Jamar Chase, because we know he has not been having a good season, is what we seeing it was just an old school game, and it happened to be what they called it last night, the Unk Bowl. Hey, on Twitter, that's wild. I ain't gonna lie, Twitter, y'all crazy for that one. They deemed that game the Unk Bowl, and there's gonna be a part 2 when that's, because being that those are division rivals. I think it's November. It's some December the 17th, I think it is, but they'll be playing again, and they already calling it the Unk Bowl too. Being that you got those 2 older guys out there, maybe that's why we're seeing an old school game. And maybe if that corner was actually taking care of his business, then you wouldn't have seen all of those targets going to Jamar. So shout out Jamar Chase for just getting open like that. You know what I'm saying? But if he open,
okay. Let me give you 2 points. You mentioned Jefferson. Jefferson first 5 years in the league, 125 targets, 167 targets, 184 targets, 100 targets in 10 games. Extrapolate that's going to be like 180 targets, 154 targets. And this year he has 42. They force feed the hell out of Jefferson. I could pull up Chase numbers and I can pull up CD Lamb numbers, and they're going to be identical. That's number one. Number two, Joe Flacco was there for 10 days. How in the hell a quarterback can be on a team for 10 days and put up a 300-yard game, and CJ haven't put up a 300-yard game in how long? You know why? Because Joe Flacco understands the assignment that's my best wide receiver. And he had Ramsey on him. Ramsey is not a slouch. That we talking all pro. We talking about can still play cornerback. And Joe Flacco said, you know what? Let me show that youngster something. And he went out there and gave him 23 targets. You cannot tell me that Nico cannot get 15, 16 targets a game. I am not going to accept that because I've seen a guy come in 10 days and didn't know the playbook. As we said about running backs coming in, gonna mess up the chemistry. Like, no, it's like, hey, what do you want me to do? Oh, this is what we're doing? Okay, cool. And I'm gonna come out there and I'm gonna put 33 points on the board.
So how do you think that that's a part of this offense, or do you think that Nico,
if it ain't, it needs to be
open?
Nico is damn near open on every play because it's a mismatch.
Yeah.
And then I need my offensive coordinator and my quarterback to say, hey, man, if they rolling the safety over the top, hey, stack Nico. Like, we're going to run trips on one side. We're going to run Nico underneath. We're running from the wide, let the two wide receiver clear out, and he comes underneath and do a drag. You can get a guy open on every single play. And Nico 2 years ago led the NFL, not wide receivers, not running backs, but the NFL in broken tackles.
Mm-hmm.
That boy there, man, when he gets the ball and he's in stride, he's hard to bring down. I just want to see more, bro. That's all.
Oh, I want to say this to Mellow Mike. I just seen in your in the comments you had said something about, you said when we had Dre, that was all we had until we got Foster, Daniels, and Walters to complement him. I slightly disagree on that, Mellow Mike, and I'm gonna say this because if all we had was Dre, then we would have been easy to beat, and all you would have to do is shut down Dre. All you had to do is put a linebacker to chip him, safety, and corner, and you'd erase Dre from the game. So I don't think that was the reason that we just kept going to Dre. We kept going to Dre because the offense was designed for Dre to break open all the time. It was designed. It was literally schemed for Dre to get all of those catches. That's why when Hopkins stepped into that role, he just stepped right into it. And we seen it that 1 year. Like I say, CJ's first year, we were force feeding the shit out of Nico, even in that game against the Ravens, that playoff game that we lost. They threw that ball to Nico, to that end breaking route to Nico, which was the best and longest pass that we had that whole game. And if you notice, that's how I know the Ravens did a good job with shutting us down, because man, that was the only good play that Nico had that whole damn game, was that one, because they literally took him out of the game. But I get what you're saying though, and like I say, my point. Well, I would like you to answer that question too, Patton. Like, how would you how do you feel about that whole thing about? Because I know you used to say it. You was one of the main people who used to say it. Like, I think you are against force feeding a receiver, because you used to hate that whenever CJ picked out a receiver to force feed, you pretty much didn't like it. I heard you say something one time when he was force feeding Tank Dell, you didn't like it. There was a time when he force feeded Mechie during a couple of games, and you couldn't stand that shit. So how do you feel about the force feeding of wide receivers? Do you agree with what Killer's saying?
To Killer's point, Nico had 109 targets in 23 and 99 targets in 24 due to injury. When you force feed a receiver, that means that receiver has to win every route, win every rep. But that also means that quarterback that's throwing the ball has to be on point each and every time. Yes, CJ has been playing good to great the past 2 games, but I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, he's back to where he's throwing the perfect ball accuracy wise. I'm not going to down the hill. I'm just not. I need to see more consistency out of that. I feel like CJ is at his best when he's throwing the ball to the open man. Now, sometimes when he throws the ball to the open man, a lot of times he's checking down before he gives the play time to develop.
Mhm.
You can see him now starting to slowly but surely trust the offensive line because they are giving him time. They've been giving him time. If you want to be honest, and be technical, it's really been him. Now, you finna go into a hostile environment on the road, prime time. This defense is just they're rested, but you guys are more rested. So I don't believe there should be any rush to get knocked off. Maybe the first series, we'll see how it goes. However, Seattle doesn't have a defensive back that can fool with 12 one-on-one. They don't have a safety that can help that cornerback that can fool with 12 in a double coverage. Like, this is the game, as Cal been alluding to, this is the game where if you're going to force feed him or get him his numbers per se, this is the game to do it. My only problem with force feeding a receiver, once you force feed him so much, at what point, and at some point, you have to go to your other options because those guys are going to be wide open. You got a guy like Dalton Schultz, when he's not involved early, what does he do? What he always do? Half-ass. So, you know out the gate, they're going to Dalton Schultz early on the first drive, maybe 2-3 catches, quick, lead him going. I would like to see, bro, some deep shots down the field early on and often to 12. You got another guy, Higgins, same body profile, deep shots down the field. You got another guy in Hutchinson, same body type, a little bit slimmer, but deep shots down the field. Like, let's add this thing out. Like, literally. I'm cool with having a game where Nico got 5 catches for over 100. Higgins got 5 catches for over 100. Hutch got maybe 5 catches for 80 yards. Like, just air it out. I don't need the way this offense is set up. Nico doesn't have to have Jamar-esque type games. You know, if Jamar Chase don't have a game he had yesterday, they do not win that game. They're really deprived on weapons. Pittsburgh, for what it's worth, they've been beating up on bad teams. Just being honest. That's why they have the record that they have. They're not a really good team.
Hey, Reeve.
So, saying that to say this, you go into the game Monday night, man, and if you force feed Nico, let's say, store number out there, 22 targets, right? Out of those 22, let's say Nico.
No. 22 is like not a target. My goal is
just
12 to 16.
That's a bit.
Okay. Whatever number you want to use.
12 to 16.
Whatever number you want to use, don't matter to me. Now, don't go out there and give him that many targets, and out of those targets,
because you saying
there's 2 interceptions connected to them.
Let's do that.
You know what I'm saying? Don't. That's my only issue. That you force feeding the guy so much that you turn the ball over, and you hurting the team and not helping. That's my only issue. Bro.
No, when I say force feed a guy, I mean like get him dropped. Like every player has a design play. That offense coordinator, like that big playbook, they have plays in there that's specifically for either this position or this player. So when I say force feed, what I'm trying to say is when a guy lines up and I say, I want this to go to Nico, like I said, I can run trip slips, let the wide receivers clear out, they run their route, and Nico does a drag route. Right. You know, now if Nico is covered, then that's on CJ to get everybody else, because what's going to happen is it's going to be a clear factor that, oh, they're going to Nico early and often. You know what else happens? That means Higgins, one-on-one. Noel, one-on-one. Dalton Schultz on drag crossing routes. Mm-hmm. And so once you make that defense have to honor those other one-on-ones and stay in their lanes, then you can go right back to Nico. And so it's like it's a chess game. And so what I want to do is to get my best player the ball in his hand early and often. Because I don't need Nico to go into halftime with only 4 targets and 2 catches. To me, you can't run 27 plays and you only target your best wide receiver 3 or 4 times.
So you saying Nico needs to be schemed open?
My point exactly. When you scheme Nico open, what happens is everybody else can get one-on-one situations. And this is when CJ eyes can be buck wide open, like, oh my God, Higgins is, oh, bro, I got you. I missed you on that one. Oh, yeah. Hey, Kaylee, that play, let's switch it and let's run it to the opposite side. And you're gonna get that same look. Because see, now the whole defense is looking at Nico Collins. And at the same time, we're still running the ball. See, the run game is the most important thing. You want to get 2nd and 6 because on 2nd and 6, I can be a 50-50. It could be a 50-50 play call. I can run or pass. That's what get wide receivers the advantage. Because see, now the DBs have to honor that, hey, it could be a run, so I got to play up a little bit closer. And if I'm playing up a little bit closer, it could be a half a yard up. That can make Nico, like Patton say, going deep. So, like, you have to be able to get your best. Every team that has a number 1 wide receiver, I beg y'all to go look at their targets for the last couple of years.
Maybe they scared though. Maybe they scared to just force feed Nico because of the prior injuries. Like that's the first thing that pops to mind with me. Like
Man.
maybe you don't want to overuse him like you would do with Jamar Chase or Jefferson. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm not taking nothing away from Nico because I love Nico as a player. I love see to me wide receivers not only do they fall in tiers, right? But they fall in types. You know what I'm saying? There are body types. There are different types of body types when it comes to wide receivers. You have wide receivers like a Jamar Chase that are kind of like a receiver / running back. You get what I'm saying? You have your Antonio Browns, right? Where they're little is just strong as hell and just totally nimble, can stop on a dime. I'm talking about
They shifty. They're very shifty.
your digs. You get what I'm saying? Your digs, those type of wide receivers. It's much. And let me say this. Let me make sure the mic is on. When I say this, I love Nico Collins, but I do not look at Nico Collins on the same tier as a Jamar Chase or an Antonio Brown. Those guys are different types of beasts, and Justin Jefferson falls in there too because these guys are like micro route runners. Like it's put it like this. I'm not saying Nico don't have these skills, but his body type would not allow him to do that shit as better as those guys. That's what I'm trying to say.
we gonna act like that Julio Jones and Megatron didn't exist.
No, but those guys wasn't running intermediate routes like how you seeing with the Jamar Chases and all of them. They body won't even allow them to do it. What we will see them do is something that's close to it enough that will make us say, you know what? It'll make us say this. Hold on, let me end this. It's enough that will make us. It's enough. Hey, what's happening, Doc? It's enough that will make us say, like, damn, bro, that's 6'4". That 6'5" dude, you see how he can break down on them routes. Like, it'll make us say how amazing it is to see them kind of do it. You see what I'm saying? But they not doing it as good as a wide receiver that's shorter than them, that's a little bit more stockier. And
but here's the thing, Nitty. I don't need Nico to do what Chase do, because Chase can't do what Nico can do.
But this is how these guys are able to be force-fed the ball, because they can break on certain routes. Like Nico, you got to give him those end breakers, those post routes, those out routes, the 20-yard out route. This is what Nico can do. And believe me, you can get him involved in the game the way he can get 100 and some yards a game on those routes. But really, Nico is not an aficionado of every route in the route tree. Can he run them? Yes. But can he run them motherfuckers just like every of those elite wide receivers that I told you? No, it's because put it like this. Noel is eventually going to be a better route runner than Nico.
I tell you what.
You getting under Cal's skin. He about to blow up over there.
I tell you what. You know who don't run better routes than Chase and Amon Ra and Jefferson,
Who?
but he is right up there with them.
Who?
Puka Nakua.
Oh
Because
no, Puka does run routes like them.
what they do is they feed him to his strengths. Feed the guy to the strengths. I don't need you to have to run a 1 yard out, a 2 yard out. Nico can run the quick slant, he can run the outs, he can run the curl, and he can run the go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need to figure out whenever coverage allows me, if he's running press coverage and that safety is trying to cheat over to the middle of the field on the hash mark,
Appreciate you,
Nico can
Space
run,
Sage.
run a go route. And you
Yeah.
know what go routes turn to a 10 yard curl. And you know what a 10 yard curl goes to? A curl and go. So there's certain like routes that he can run, and he can be in and out of his cuts real quick.
Yeah.
I think
There's
go
no
ahead.
there's no concern about Nico Collins' route tree. What Cal is asking for, the only people that are holding Nico Collins back is the offensive coordinator and possibly CJ Stroud by not delivering the ball appropriately. But if the offense called for it, he can get the same amount of touches as these other receivers that you mentioned. I mean, big receivers can get those touches. The offense doesn't limit them. It's just what the play calls are allowing them to do. Nico is not indifferent than Andre Johnson or Calvin Johnson or Michael Irving or a larger receiver at the X position. In fact, traditional football is built upon that position and not the smaller receivers, as was mentioned earlier about Jamar Chase. Now, Jamar Chase, I do think, is the best receiver in the league, but Nico is very good and a top receiver in the league.
Oh
It
yes,
really
I wouldn't take that away from.
comes down to Kaylee getting comfortable with this New England slash Rams slash Houston Texan offense he's trying to call and getting the ball to Nico. But I appreciate all you guys. What up to the audience? I appreciate y'all letting me get in just for a quick second. I do want to point out I did have a chance to review all of Seattle's games this year. And
Okay.
regardless of what the stats say and what their fans say, I see some glaring weaknesses in their defense. Number 29, Job, you all know him from the SEC, being an Alabama cornerback. He has never been good.
Mm,
And Seattle is leaving him on an island. And
mm,
Nico would torch him with no problem. Seattle does play an exotic form of 3-4 defense, as uh, Patton mentioned, with a lot of stunts and twists. And when they blitz, they don't usually blitz the inside backers. They blitz off the edge with safeties, and they
mm,
will blitz corners. In fact, they will bring safeties from even the deep middle in blitz. So the offensive line and all the protection has to be efficient for the Texans.
Hey,
Now,
hey, Sarge makes a good point right here too, y'all. If y'all want to read and check that out.
yeah, and
re-
to Mellow Mike's point earlier about the seams are open very much so against this defense, as well as the sidelines. Jacksonville had two successful drives against them on the sidelines, and
mm,
Baker Mayfield ate them up down the middle of the field with seams.
Mm.
So there is a blueprint to attack them.
mhm,
And shout out to Stresson, shout out to Sarge. I did have a chance as I was on the road to listen to their shows, and Stresson had uh, uh, one of the Seattle media personalities and blogger on
mhm,
there. And he was very strong on his praise for the Seattle defense, which is understandable. We have a very good defense we're proud of too, but he made comments like they have the best D line in the league, which I disagree with. They have a very good D line, but they don't have the edge rushers that we have.
Mm.
Their interior pass rushers are better, but they're not good against the run. Their inside linebackers are not, they're just guys. And in fact, I know they've been dealing with some injuries over there, but I've saw on countless plays where number 42, I don't even know his name on their defense, and number 39, when they're on the field, they're fish food. They're ready to be taken advantage of. So 29, 42, and 39, when you see them, you attack them. And I still predict the Texans pulling out a very narrow victory, similar to our last Monday night game against Tampa Bay, but this time we win 20-19.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Patton,
pull up Sarge. Hey,
I want to ask Patton.
Okay.
Do you have a score prediction? You know I'm pretty good with these score predictions. I like how you almost nailed it with the Ravens. You was close. Give or take 3. I mean, give or take 3 to 7 points on each side. You know what I'm saying? You was close. You was pretty close. What do you think that we looking like as far as the score? Prediction on this game.
We're dropping 30 easily.
We don't lose if we score 30 points.
We're dropping 30. I feel like this offense continues a tear that it was on. That it originally started in the fourth quarter of the Tennessee game, and it continued on throughout the whole game of the Baltimore game, and it continues on to this game. I feel like we should drop 30, 34, 35, 30. Let me just say 30 plus. There's a 30 burger looming. This defense gives up no more than 13 points, and that's pushing it.
That's for sure, and I totally agree with that.
So I'm gonna give you a number. 34 to 13.
34-13, y'all hear that, man? Write that down. You might want to bet with it because my boy be pretty close. I definitely. That's why I want to put a spotlight on it because I think you're gonna be pretty close this week too. So let me start with you, Patton, on this question. Who is your dark horse? Who is your dark horse? We spoke about who we looking at on the front side to shine in this game. Who is your dark horse that you looking to be a hero in this game?
Alziz.
Good one.
Alziz. They're going to test him up the middle with the tight end. If Alziz can give me 2 pass deflections, maybe an interception, things get real scary for the Seahawks.
Yes. Hey, that got me crunk right there. Yeah, Alziz get a pick, it's over with.
I give you another one. He hasn't made any big plays thus far.
You gonna take my Bullock? Okay.
Yeah, Kalen. It's time, man. It's definitely time, bro. It's like what? He was the shining spot in OTAs and training camp. And seemed like the season started. He's nervous out there, man. It seems like bro is worried about taking them bad angles again, I guess. But I mean, he hasn't made too many mistakes because we still a defense that's shutting down other offenses as far as points go. But I do feel what you're saying when you say that, Pat. Now I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for a player who had like 6 interceptions. I'm just waiting to see something happen. Something to
Anybody gonna say 5?
Yeah. So Killer, who's your dark horse?
It's gonna be Showtime. I got 2, and both of them on defense. It's gonna be I'm gonna pick one offense, one defense. Defense is gonna be Locksmith. It's gonna be Locksmith because Petrie is gonna have, hall monitor duty against Jackson Smith, that Negro. And I think that it's going to force Darnold to have to go to the other, targets, which I think that it can make Locksmith have a good game. On offense, I'm going Woody Marks. The reason why I say Woody Marks is because each game he has progressively gotten better and better and better. And I think 2 weeks of being off studying for this team, his weakness right now is still picking up the blitz. He missed a couple assignments, but I think that the Texans know that they got a guy that they can throw to it out of the backfield and he can turn up. And see, this is why you can stop their pass rush. If you get the ball out of CJ hands really, really quick, all them stunts and all that other stuff, it's not gonna work. Because I need the ball out of his hand 2.3, 2.5, no later than 2.9. Get Dalton involved early. You can throw it to Woody Marks out of the backfield. And you can just spread those guys out because Seattle wants to drop 7. And Peyton said that he watched film. I want to go back and watch some of their film also. So it looks like that they depend on a secondary. They depend on a front 4 to like bring the pressure, and everybody else can just play good mental football. If I'm throwing it to Woody Marks out of the backfield and he getting big chunks of yards, it can be a long night for those guys. So I got Locksmith on defense. I got Woody Marks on offense. Score prediction. I said that they would we're going to have 2 things are going to happen. We're going to have either a high sack game or a high interception game. If we have a high sack game, Seattle don't score but 13 points. If that, it might be 10. If we have a high interception game and we get maybe 3 interceptions, I think 1, maybe 2 of those are pick sixes. And that's why I'm going to say score will be 41 to late touchdown, 41-20.
Oh
Okay.
wow. Well, I like those scores you're talking about. The only reason I predict a low scoring game is that both of these coordinators and head coaches are
Pretty
familiar
good.
with the other's offense. The Kubiak offense, D'Amico knows well.
Right.
Our offense, and CJ, Mike McDonald's had lots of success against it the last 3 years. So that's why I'm saying it's going to be a slugfest. In the opening game this year, Seattle played San Fran, and the score was 13-11. So
Good point.
I'm predicting a low scoring game with a lot of defense. But again,
great point.
there's a lot of matchups that could be taken advantage of, and I still don't trust Kaylee to take advantage of the matchups that we talked about, because Nico on 29 would be a field day.
Yep, and it should be. Today I heard CJ something about CJ saying, I didn't get a chance to click on the video, but it was the thumbnail said something about CJ saying that if it doesn't work, get rid of it. And if he's came out to the media saying this, then I really think that we should start to see, because you think about it, right? We heard what CJ said before the Ravens game. It kind of gave us an insight that the offense was gonna run a different way. They were gonna stop doing things that didn't work and was gonna start doing things that worked. And look what happened. Look at what we saw in Baltimore. And we get a little bit more of that this bye week. I really think what Kaylee, and this is the reason I'm speaking on this, because what Larry just said about not trusting Kaylee. I think that what we are going to see from this year on out is Kaylee like this. I think Kaylee is going to start to be more open to listening to the players who are out on the field, who are running these and telling you, hey, this here works. Hey, this here, we can do this. Because if that's what happened in Baltimore, I think that's definitely what we're about to see more of. And I'm excited. If that's the case, then we about to see those guys kind of like, God, what was that movie? And it's crazy. We were just talking about Friday Night Lights earlier, but there's a part in Friday Night Lights where those guys come together and they kind of just, they did the team player only thing and they kind of started to do their thing. But I don't see them, rebelling against the whole coaching staff. But it is fun, I think, to see that those guys are coming together and that Kaylee is listening to them. Because, see, the reason how I know Kaylee is listening to them and that it's not a problem of what they're saying, because they coming out to the media with this. If this was a problem, I don't think it would be in the media. It would be behind closed doors, and we would hear about it once it done balled over. But I think that Kaylee came in with an idea, and I think that they come into a they come into a middle. They meeting somewhere in the middle where, hey, we know that this is the system that you want to run, but this is 2025, and we see it kind of working like this, and hopefully that gels together. And if we can see, because I can tell you this, if we walk away from Seattle with that type of game that Patton said, with the type of game like Killer Cal said, that type of a score, I am going to be very confident in this team going forward, because McDonald, he is a good defensive coordinator, and he has been shutting down CJ the last few places where he's been. If those, and look, just like what Space Age said, if we actually end up having a score like this, y'all, I'm telling you, it's going to be few and far between other coordinators that should be able to stop the Texans like that. And so this will be indicative of this team actually taking a step to actually being a Super Bowl team. So there's a lot that we can learn from this game. It's not the end all be all whether we win or lose, but if we win, I'm telling you, it's indicative, and it will be pointing in the direction of us being that Super Bowl team that we're talking about, because that is a good defense over there, and that is a very good defensive coordinator. Because, like you say, they have weaknesses on that team, but the way he schemes that defense makes it what it is. So if we can go out there and have a good game and actually make it to where it's that type of a score like y'all guys are saying, then hey, I'm looking forward to anybody. And it's crazy because this, even though Sam Darnold is over, this is Sam Darnold with the Seahawks. It seems like this is the same game with Minnesota last year, right? Because you had Sam Darnold over there. He had a pretty good defensive coordinator. If I'm not mistaken, he's going to be running the exact same offense that he ran in Minnesota against us. You get what I'm saying? And if I'm not mistaken, too,
yes, sir.
Minnesota had a pretty good defense. And that's what kind of started, like they were rushing us and kicking our ass. I remember sitting and watching that game and was very highly disappointed. As a matter of fact, the Minnesota game last year kind of let me know how our season was going to go. Even though we were going to go to the playoffs, I knew we wasn't going to go far because how we got done in Minnesota. That was supposed to be a game where we were supposed to show up and show the world like, hey, we ready. We wasn't ready for that game, so we skated on into the playoffs, but I didn't figure that we would do anything. But here we are in this same situation again. Sam Darnold, let's just make it do what it do, man. I really do believe that we'll make a statement this game. We are at the hour and 28 mark. If there anything, and hey, first and foremost, appreciate all of y'all, man, who stayed in with us the whole time and rocked with us during the show. You guys make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the show. We do this every Friday and every Tuesday, 7 o'clock, 7-ish, something around that time. We try to be on time as best as we can, so forgive us. We are getting better with that as the show progresses, and the more we move up the ladder, believe me, things will get more sharper and more precise. But other than that, is there anything that my fellows, man, my guys, man, that y'all would want to bring to the show before we get up out of here?
Keep your eyes on D'Amico being the offensive coordinator.
Hey.
And I don't want to go on a deep dive, bro, because I'm ready to go play my damn game and relax.
I know. Nah, that still was funny though, bro.
But just because we can have a whole nother hour on that alone. But just keep your eyes on D'Amico being offensive coordinator.
Crazy, bro. I can see D'Amico now with the play sheet holding it up over his mouth. Yeah, run. No.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Well, what you got? What you got, Killer?
My thing is watch CJ first 15 plays. If I recall correctly, I'm gonna go back and watch the game. But I think the last 2 weeks, and CJ said it in the press conference like 2 weeks ago. He said, "Man, we're some young guys, and Kaylee, we're starting to like click and gel." He said, "But we're young guys, man, and I got a bunch of young weapons, and we like to spread the ball out, and that's what I'm used to. I'm used to passing. If they come out and they don't do the customary run on first down, because I think the last game, I think CJ probably threw the first five plays was pass plays, something like that. If CJ is doing that, he's letting you know that Kaylee and him wants to be aggressive offensively. And if it works, D'Amico don't have a problem with it. Because what you really want to do is, if the Seattle win the coin toss and give us the ball, and we go down and score 7, that's the key. You got to score 7 to put pressure back on them. We score 7. Watch how the passing attack continue to make the running attack a plus positive. So just watch CJ first 15 scripted play.
Okay.
After the first 10 plays, first 15 plays, if CJ passed the ball 8 or 9 times and they ran 6 times, then it lets you know that they coming out there to pass, to be aggressive and put points on the board. So watch for that.
Yep. So that's definitely. So I'm hopefully we can have one of those like we did with the Ravens. Because seeing those guys score on that first drive, that shit, I had to wipe my eyes. I was like, hold up, am I dreaming? Did they just come out and score on the first fucking drive? Like, what? I don't think we gave that enough props. I don't think we gave it.
Right. Yeah.
That shit was crazy. I was like, hold on, did that just happen? Like, yeah, so they come out and do that, you know what I'm saying, on their first drive. I'm looking for that. That's my thing I'll be looking for. But hey, the doctor.
The doctor.
I just want to say that I want the Texans to go out there and be aggressive. Let them hang. 2017, I had the privilege to be in Seattle the last time the Texans played up there, and it was an unbelievable game. Similar to this particular offense, we had an offensive coordinator that I did not trust. And I'm trying with Kaylee, but I don't trust him. So I want him to make me a believer. I want him to make me a believer. We were in Seattle. I saw Deshaun Watson warm up, and he was overthrowing everybody. And in the first drive, he came out and threw a bomb to Will Fuller for a touchdown. And I was like, oh, my God. And it was on. So I want to see the Texans come out there and let it hang. Seattle is a tough place to play, but you have to be aggressive. You can't just sit around and be kicking field goals.
Can I ask you a question, Doc? Are you out there? Are you going out there for the game?
I was going, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it this time.
Okay.
Seattle is an unbelievable environment. Great stadium, great fans. It was awesome. And I just want our team to go out there and represent. We're going to be in prime time, late night, and just go out there and let them hang, man. Thank you.
Well, y'all hear that, man. We need those boys to go out there and swarm like we know that they can and that we know that they will. Y'all heard me. I put mine out there already. I just want to see those guys go out there and look competent on that first drive. Whether we get a field goal or score 7, I just want us to look like a competent team. Pick up where we left off. That's all. I want to obviously, when this game is over with, win or lose, I want to be able to say that those guys picked up where they left off. And if it looks like that, then I'll trust Kaylee. I'll be like, hey, okay, Kaylee, I'm riding with you. But one thing that I'm noticing, and that I'm on the land with this, I'm kind of glad that Kaylee's system hasn't worked as good as he wanted it to, right? Because it's allowing him to bend. I believe if everything kind of worked perfectly and did everything right, he wouldn't bend. He wouldn't probably listen to the players. He'd be trying to tell the players, hey, the system is the system and you need to listen to the system. I think the best relationship that you can have, which I think they should have had this from the gate. They should have came out the gate with that buddy, because that's what they portrayed to the media, that they were, locked in with each other. Hey, we on the phone late at night. We watching Patriots film. We doing all of this. Well, it did not look like that on the field week 1 nor week 2. So we want to see that you guys seem like y'all being forced into this relationship that y'all were supposed to be in the first place. And that comes from Kaylee being open-minded to listen to CJ, which I do believe CJ has power. I believe CJ has power in this organization, basically based on the fact that he's about to get one of the biggest paydays that a Texas quarterback has ever gotten. He's the future. So if you're going to be the coordinator of the Houston Texans, you're going to have to work with CJ. This is how I believe the front office is looking at it. Not that CJ has to work with this coordinator, but this coordinator, you need to be able to work with this guy. And I think what we're seeing is Kaylee and CJ starting to gel together. That's why I'm telling y'all, CJ's coming to the media and he's saying certain things that's probably being talked about in meetings as far as if this don't work, we're going to throw it out. I think we're going to start to see those guys start to be more locked in together. And if it does work like that, man, y'all be prepared to see CJ and Kaylee together for probably about like the next 3 years. I believe that. I believe that with all my heart. What do you say? I'm ordering out food for Monday, Kentucky Fried Seahawks. Hey, y'all see I named this show Seahawk Destroy Hawk, man. I believe we will win, man, and we appreciate y'all, man, tuning in. We are at 1 hour and 37 minutes with 21 people in here. If you know, you know. Man, we definitely want y'all to subscribe, like, share. Everything that you do, whatever social media you're watching us from, whether it's Twitter, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook, make sure that you like, follow, and share. If you're a Texans fan, make sure you send this out to other Texans fans so we can always have us a group of competent Texans fans that know ball. Because that's one thing about the bull ring over here, which I'm about to give y'all shout outs to. Let me turn on this music. Is that y'all know ball, man. Big pause on that too. But y'all know ball, man, and I love that about y'all guys, man. Well, let me give a shout out, man. Big shout out. I want to start out first of all with a shout out to T Jones, man. You know what I'm saying? Representing the South Side, man. Big shout out to T Jones, man. We appreciate you always tuning in. Wouldn't be the same without you, you know what I'm saying? So let me make sure I got my let me see. Let me get my hand clap, y'all. I'm sorry. I want to be able to properly. Okay, there we go. Okay, so boom. We got Mellow Mike. Mellow Mike in the building. Appreciate you, man. We got Space Age in the building. Appreciate you. We got Jalen Mott. I'm sorry. Jalen Mott. Appreciate you, man. DQ. Appreciate you. Willie Jackson in the building, man. Appreciate you, man. Space Age, man. Appreciate you. Brandon. Big Brandon. Appreciate you, my guy. Patton was over there, man. We had Larry over there, man. Even though they up here, you know, appreciate y'all too, man. Let me see. Let's make sure I don't miss somebody. AD. The King Ad Rock, man. Y'all already know, man. Shout out that boy AD. Hey, I seen they look on your face till you was like, hold on, what is King Ad Rock? Yeah, you know Beastie Boys, man. I know you I seen your face. You was like, hold on, I heard this somewhere. Yeah,
Let me clear my throat.
Get over here, baby pop.
Baby pop.
Y'all don't know about that. But hey, shout out Horace, man. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you all the time, my guy. Okay, we got T Jones already. Dorso 94. Appreciate you, man. Mellow Mike, we got you. Okay, let's see. I think that may be it right there, y'all. That may be it. Let me see. I'm scrolling, trying to see if we got one more. Oh, Sarge.
Sarge
in the building, man. Appreciate you, Sarge. Sarge always showing love, man. Appreciate him, man. For sure. And I think I may have got everybody, y'all. That's it, man.
Yeah,
so y'all know we up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all. This is the Texans on 3. We will see y'all on Tuesday, Victory Tuesday, man. Right after Monday, man. I'm crunk. I can run through a wall right now, but man, I'm gonna keep it down. We're gonna calm down until Monday, but we will see y'all, man. It's Texans on 3. It's love, man. Appreciate everybody. We up out of here. Hey, appreciate September. What is that? September? Nice beat. Hey, man, if y'all ever trying to get beats, all of these beats you hear on the show is produced by me, yours truly. So if you ever in the comments on Twitter or anything, man, shoot me a holler if you're trying to get you some beats. Drop me a number or email or anything, and I get right with you, man. But y'all know what it is, man. It's the Texans on 3, and we ain't playing no games. And in the words of my boy Space Age, man, big deuce out the roof.
It's out the roof.
Hey, you know what I'm talking about. We out of here, y'all, though. It's Texas on 3. And hold on, because we got our what's the name? Let me turn this music down, man, and we're going to end it right on here. We're going to end it right on here, y'all, because we finally got our Texas on 3. 1, 2, 3. Texas. Yes, sir. Yeah.